All right, Alyce, I wanted to just ask a couple questions about your experience working together with me in Lifestyle 180, because I love my program. And I would love to
I
tell,
do too.
right, and I can tell everybody that's a great program, but people are going to say, hey, you're biased because it's your program. Of course, you're going to say it's a great program. And so I wanted to ask you just a couple of questions so other people would learn from someone who's been through this program what it's actually like to go through it and what your experience has been. So to start with, what were you struggling with? Maybe you can give a little bit of background, sort of where you're at in terms of your health, what you were struggling with that first prompted you to start like looking for some help here.
I think the very first thing was that I couldn't move around as good as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I also would look in the mirror and think, who is this person? I don't know who they are. The biggest thing that I struggled with is it was a never ending noise in my head that I couldn't stop, that just kept telling me that I couldn't do it, that you're never going to get better. There's no one out there that cares. It's this, you just have to be like this. You don't have any choices.
Yeah, that's actually a really defeating kind of voice to hear, but I appreciate you sharing that because I think so many people actually they feel this exact thing. And I think if I'm not mistaken, you're 61, is that right?
That's great.
Yeah, and I think this is really important because there are people that get to this stage in life who think maybe this is too late for me. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
too late. I'm over the hill. I'm past it. It's not going to happen for me. I mean, I work with a number of people over 60, which I love it. I'm in my 40s, but I absolutely love it. When you sort of bumped across, I think you must have bumped into me on the interwebs as people do. You maybe start a Google search or something. What made you go, hey, I want to talk to this guy? There's something here that maybe I haven't seen or heard before.
I think the very biggest thing that struck me was uh, he's been there. He knows this. He could have 59 degrees behind his name, but he actually knows this. He's been there. He's done it. He is going to actually walk with me through the struggles because he's been there. He knows where I am in the rocky places. He knows where I'll be in the good places. And I think that's just a totally amazing blend. So, and
Yeah.
it didn't help to have the word freedom in there because that was all about.
Yeah. Yeah, and interesting that not many people maybe know this, but the name came from a client who said to me, "I don't want to live in nutrition prison anymore." And I was like, "You
Hmm.
just captured the sentiment a lot of people experience when they're going to go through this process of trying to lose weight. That it feels like you have to climb into this prison cell around you and just like struggle." And I'm hoping, and my goal is to create a different experience. And so after that first, we had a first just initial conversation. Was there any high pressure sales pitch or anything like that?
No, actually, I guess it was kind of that kind of surprised me because I thought, it's just kind of like, well, if you wanna,
Yeah.
and I'm like in my head going, I do. Like, what do I do? What do I do to sign up? How do I get this happening? How fast can we go?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice just to know that you're there if I need you.
Yeah. And that's really what I want. I think it's in the world of like sales and business, it's kind of an unusual approach to take where I say like, yes, I know I can help you based on what you've described, but I don't want you to feel like you were pressured in this decision. I want you to think about, I think I may even ask you to think about this. I want you to think about this. And then when you make a decision, you let me know, which is totally counterintuitive to what we're told in like sales, make the sale on the call, that kind of stuff. But I'm really
Right.
confident in what I do. I knew that I could help you. I knew we had a great chat, but I wanted you to, when you make the decision, I wanted to know that you were committing not just because of an emotional response, but you thought it through and you go, yes, I want to commit to this. And because of that, and why I'm highlighting this is because you've enjoyed quite a bit of success in this program because you came into it from a committed place. What's been your favorite part of the program so far?
I like the emails because it's a nice check-in. It also is something to work forward to in the next few weeks. Um, I like that you have choices about video reading or whatever. Sometimes I don't have time to do the video initially. I scan through the reading, then I go back to the video, print the written one out, make notes. I have a whole
Yeah,
binder full of stuff.
awesome stuff.
Um, absolutely love that it's so easy.
Mhm.
It's so easy. It's so simple and so easy. And everything just builds on each other. You don't even know. You don't even feel like things are happening until you start doing the check ins and realizing, hey, that's easier. Oh, hey, that's easier. I can't eat a
Yeah.
cheeseburger anymore. Why was that? Oh, right, because I eat slower now. So
Yeah.
it's been,
And I love that you share that. And the reason being is because I think there's this idea when we go into a program, geared towards helping people lose weight and improve their health, that it has to be this struggle, that it has to be like this hardcore, pedal to the metal, grit your teeth and white knuckle your way through it. And it's like, if we go in with that approach, how long can we sustain that? And this instead is like just a kind of a slow, steady build, cumulatively things, just bit by bit. And you're right, you go, sometimes you surprise yourself. You're like, wow, I didn't realize I could do this. Like,
yeah.
and I didn't feel like I had to work really, really hard to get there. And make no mistake, of course, there's been some challenging times that you've been through, and we worked through that. What has surprised you about going through this program?
That I never thought I would be where I am today.
Yeah.
Like you talk about struggle, and I have, even though there's been things that have happened, I've never felt like I've had a struggle. The
Mm-hmm.
struggle is not there anymore. And it's great. You know, when I watch other people eat things and I go like, I don't even want that anymore. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's good.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I think the secret, or maybe it's not that well kept of a secret, is that we go far beyond just nutrition in this program. Like, yes, nutrition is very much an important pillar of the program,
Yeah.
but we go quite a bit beyond that to understand the motivation behind the behavior, why we do these things, and look to restore your relationship to yourself as well as your relationship to food. And then so by extension, it now doesn't feel like you're fighting against a straitjacket to turn down, something that's unhealthy. You go, doesn't really line up with who I want to be.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually comfortable saying no to that. And you're right. Because I think one of the things you talked about when we first started was just you were tired of the struggle, the feeling like this is a constant struggle.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we
The
took,
noise in my head.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we took more of a measured approach. And so if someone was considering working with me in Lifestyle 180, of course, I
Yeah.
think, hey, I'm really fantastic. I love what I do. I'm passionate. But what would you say to someone who is maybe on the cusp, like, I read about this guy on his website, but I've never met him before. He's some rando on the internet. Um,
Yeah.
should I actually trust this guy?
Absolutely. 100%. I actually have told many of my own clients to look you up and give you a shout because you're honest with people and um, again, you've been there. So you're on the same playing field. And it's just all those things level playing field, easy, simple, learn not to struggle, learn to hang in there, all those things. They're just, you can't. I honestly, I haven't been in any other program anywhere that has been like this. It's been awesome.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I really appreciate that, and thank you for sharing what you did because it helps for other people who might be in a similar place where they're like, I would like some help. I'm just not sure if this is going to work. But by you having the courage to be open, to be vulnerable, things that we've worked through and you've struggled with, helps others to make the decision. So I appreciate you sharing today.
Yeah, absolutely. You're very welcome.